Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live.
I can't lie. Don't know if it's just me. There's
echo, yeah.
There's echo there. We are live for the midday live, man. We're back, man. Mondays, you know the score, people, man. Season is nearly approaching us, man. We got about 5 or 6 weeks left. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's on its way. Club World Cup is cooking as well. Certain man are in the semi-finals. We'll discuss that as well, man. But big up the man, then. We got Dan Potts in the building. Man, like Dan is cooking right now, bro. How you feeling, Dan?
Finally, some news to talk about that I can get excited about, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone. Big up to all the chat. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Big up to everyone that's here. And Saeed, love for having me, man.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Man, like LB in the building. What are you telling me, LB? Yeah, Dusty Club. Yeah, man.
The Saudis took away the volume, lad.
Yeah, bro. Club World Cup money gone now. Finished. But we'll find LB when we can. Man, like Don, what are you telling me?
You might still hear. Can you hear an echo? Yeah, is it gone?
It's gone.
Okay. Lovely. Yeah, bro. Listen, I'm good, man. You know what I mean? Semi-final. You know what I'm saying? We've got Fluminense next. We're gonna play Thiago Silva and another ex-Chelsea player. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk, man. Because Kudus, I see Jules at me in the group chat the other day. So we'll talk about that as well, man.
Hey,
we got the chat.
You know, you didn't see me at you at me, and I responded with some credible sources. But big up to everyone in the chat. Smash the likes, innit? That's all I'm saying.
Come on. We got Charles with a fresh fade and that. Come on. What are you telling me?
I'm good, though. I'm good, man. I see. My players are rejecting plenty of clubs to come to mine, innit? That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, I know that feeling. You know what I mean? But yeah, we can't talk about that one because it's not done yet. But yeah, we move. Man, like Rums is in the building. Rums, man, how you feeling, bro? Big up to you, man.
I'm good. A bit of an indifferent past week, obviously, because of the passing. So rest in peace to Joe and Andre. But other than that, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Ready to talk ball.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Always, my rest in peace to Jota, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. We've nearly been a week now. You know, it is very, 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 very sad, man. So yeah, our thoughts with his family and the Liverpool fan base as well, man. Always. But listen, there's only one place to start, man. And that is Victor Gyokores, man. Yesterday we got the bomber, you know what I mean? That he's willing to move, he's willing to take he's willing to give his money 2 million. I can't believe, by the way, he's on 2 million a year, bro. Can you man believe that, by the way? That is crazy, bro. 2 million a year at Sporting Lisbon. But you know what? Finally, club, you're being serious. No more Benjamin Tesco.
Hang on. I don't think it's 2 million a year. So he's going to take 2 million less.
Oh, 2 million less, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
2 million less then. Say no more. Yeah, man. But yeah, Dan, you must be over the moon now, man. Serious striker, credible striker as well.
Finally, bro. Finally got a prolific number 9. Let's hope he bangs. Look, I'm excited by this one. I can't lie to you. It's been a poor start to the window for a lot of clubs, Arsenal being one of them. And I understand and appreciate that Zubimendi is coming in. The problem with that one, Saeed, is it's not been as excited as it would have been if it hadn't have been reported back in January. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it would have been Zubimendi looks like he's coming to Arsenal and then 2 weeks later he's a signing, I think a lot of people would have been genuinely excited by it. But because it had taken so long, by the time we actually got there, it weren't really as exciting as it could have been or should have been. But the Gyokores one is, man. I think the majority of people I speak to wanted Gyokores over Sesko. There were some Arsenal fans that were like just following the way the wind blows and doing breakdowns of why Sesko would be a better profile and all this. Let's just say how it is. Gyokores was the better signing over him than Sesko, right? So I think for me, when you look at a player who has scored that many goals in the league, it's worth taking a punt on it. I don't really care what people say. I don't think it's a massive amount of money. I don't look at that and think, wow, God, he's got a bang now. We've paid 150 million for him. So I think it's a really good signing. I like everything about him, scores all sorts of goals. And that attack now becomes pretty lethal with him in it, you know, because Saka already, you know what he does, goals and assists, creativity-wise. Obviously, we're looking at a left winger, and we've been linked with Eze and Rodrigo and Madueke and players like that. So we're not done yet in the attacking areas. So for me, I think it's an excellent signing. And I think it's one that we can all get excited about. Because for me, when you look at the links that we had, and people were talking about Ollie Watkins still, and people were like, oh, I think Arsenal might end up with Watkins or they want Sesko. I didn't want those because as much as I think they're good strikers, I don't think they take us across the line. And I think that I look at the reaction to a lot of other rival clubs that are going to be up there fighting with us, and they're like, damn, they got Gyokores. They were all hoping we got Sesko or Watkins or whatever. Yeah. So I think that says it all, and I'm really buzzing for him, man. I just hope he bangs now because I've been begging for this signing because I didn't think Isak was obtainable, and I just hope that he does what I hope he's going to do, which is finish the goals that Havertz and Jesus couldn't do, man. So yeah, I think Arsenal fans should be excited by this one, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think it's a statement signing, definitely a big signing. For me personally, I had him second on my list behind Osimhen, because obviously we see what the guy's been doing in the Champions League, bro. And in terms of just like the nature of his game, you know what I'm saying? Very physical. You know what I mean? Why do you know that, George?
Saeed, run the clip. You know what clip we're talking. You didn't want Osimhen, bro. Don't say you had him second behind Osimhen when you said, we're not paying Osimhen's wages. I don't want to pay Osimhen's wages.
So because hold on.
Osimhen's wages.
See, this is what he does. He don't even let me land. So because I don't want to overpay. Hold on, Jules. Because I don't want to overpay the guy, it means I don't want him. Are you okay, bro? I wanted Osimhen.
You complained. So wait, why? No.
I don't want to overpay.
All right, so let me just ask.
We're going on a different tangent. Now. Let me finish what I was saying, yeah, and then we'll come back to it. I wanted Osimhen, but clearly no one wants to pay him the wages that he wants. Because we're even seeing news today that United ain't trying to pay him those wages, and he ain't trying to budge.
Yeah.
Right?
United don't want to pay. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna mock the signing of Gyokores. The only concern that I had, right, when it comes to Gyokores, because I even said this when.
Can I jump in quickly? Though? There's a little caveat. I swear, if you want a player, you don't care what you pay. You just pay what you need to pay.
It doesn't work like that. 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 It does not work like that, bro.
You can keep saying that. That doesn't deny.
Just because I think
came on here numerous of times and argued with LB, with Roms, and I agreed with you at times regarding Osimhen, yeah, but that's besides the point where I agreed regarding his wages. You argued with LB when he said when we were all laughing at LB being Osimhen's agent, working with Osimhen behind closed doors, and we're saying we literally said pay the money. If you want the player, pay the money. You're there creating a smear campaign on Osimhen's name as he wants all this money. Why is no one's going to pay him this money? He needs to drop his demands. If you want the player and he's your number one option, you shouldn't care. Just like
that's what I mean. That's how I know you're a terrible businessman, bro. Because I'm not gonna get bumped just because I want the guy. Yeah, if I want to go buy the house, I'm not gonna now pay 200k more because I want the house. I'll pay what I think the house is worth. And Osimhen for me was not worth the amount of money that he was asking for, bro. Regardless of me wanting him, right? But anyway,
if you feel he's gonna elevate you,
I'm sorry, bro. I am not overpaying for Osimhen.
He doesn't want to keep talking about it because he knows he's wrong. The more he talks, the more silly he sounds.
And what I am saying right now, multiple other clubs in the Prem do not want to pay this guy that money, bro. That's the reason why he hasn't even got a move right now. Because the money
I agree with you. I don't think you should be paying it. I agree with you. But you come on here and first said that's your number one option. If something's your number one option, you'll go beyond the means. You'll put down what you need to get that player.
I think the money he's asking for is beyond our means. In fact, I don't think he was worth that, bro. As much as I wanted,
he can't be your number one target then. Because if it's your number one, you'll do anything for the player.
Bro, hold on. My pipe dream was Isak. That was never gonna happen, right? And I said to you lot that Osimhen would suit Chelsea best. But we're not on Chelsea right now. Let's talk about Gyokores, man.
Yeah. Let's stick to Gyokores.
The main concern that I had, Potts, because you know Jem loves Gyokores, but he wanted Chelsea to sign him, right? And I was like, bro, a lot of the goals that I'm watching from this guy, he's in a lot of space. Yeah, he's not gonna get all that space in the Prem. That's the problem that I've got, right? But on the flip side of that, when you look at how Gyokores is in the box, he knows how to create chances for himself, and he's quite physical. So he might be able to adapt to the Prem a little bit easier because he's not the worst on the ball, but he's not that technical on the ball, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But that's the main concern that I had personally, just the amount of goals he was scoring in open space. And yeah, in terms of headers, I don't think that's his strongest skill. But in terms of just striking a ball and the chances that he'll be getting, he'll definitely score more goals than Havertz for sure, bro.
This is the thing. I don't need him to be a Haaland because Haaland's a freak, right? And I don't expect him to be a Haaland. I'm not expecting him to go and get 50 goals, whatever it was Haaland got in that treble year. I know that he's going to be better than Havertz. I know he's going to be better than Jesus. And out of the options we could have had, other than Isak, he was the one on my top of the list. I think he's really good. And I look at the goals he's scoring, and people can say it's the Portugal league. Well, just name me 3 other players that have scored anywhere near what he scored in the Portuguese league. You can't, right? So with Sesko, 13 goals in Bundesliga, you could say that Patrick Schick was better than him. Marmoush was better than him, and he went to Manchester City. So I can't sit there and get excited about Sesko. But for me, I think Gyokores is the guy we've now got to deliver. And there'll be one or two things here, Saeed, right? It'll be, right, Arsenal have now got their striker, go win. Or it'll be, what the hell is it with Arteta and attackers? One of those things is going to get known, because there's been problems with our attack, without a doubt, when Mikel Arteta has tried to go to this kind of resolute, compact. He now needs to change the style of play to get the best out of Gyokores for me. We can't be just lumping balls into boxes. I know that he can hold it up well, but like Donna said, he's not like the best in the air, although he's quite tall, he's good enough. But I'm not really be pinging it onto his head. I need this guy on the ball. So I think that will be very interesting for me. But yeah, man, it's interesting that Don was wanting Gyokores. I like that. That's a good thing that he wanted Gyokores, and Arsenal have got him. So that means it's a good thing for me, man, for sure.
you know, I think for me, it was one of them where the Sesko one, I thought generally like Arteta fancied him, bro. Like he had this obsession with him, bro. But it looks like maybe Berto has stepped in, man, and said, yo, listen, we can get this guy Gyokores. That one Sesko isn't attainable right now. We don't know his fee. You know, we don't know what's going on with him. We know
there's no reason to buy Sesko over Gyokores, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Give me one good reason. Give me one good reason why anyone would buy.
He's younger. He's younger, and he's more. He's future proof, maybe, like in terms.
Yeah,
of
but Arsenal are not in the future. They're in the here and now. They are in, like, if they don't win a trophy this year, like, and you know what I'm saying, they're muddied. Like, this is, you know, people going about the phases, phase 8. Like, it's like no joke now. Yeah, we're talking like 5-6 years since they last won a trophy. Yeah, still giving this manager even more money. So, you know, they need to deliver. They need a left winger as well. Yeah. And then they got to go win a trophy, man. There are no excuses, man. They're out of time, innit? Do you know what I mean? They're out of time, man. So this guy's been here 6 years.
This is the signing that is this is the win now signing. You know what I mean? This is a win now signing. It's not, I'll wait a few years, wait till see how Sesko gets in. Oh, any of that crap, man. We got a young enough squad. Let's get, you know, that Norgard, if he does come in, is going to be the oldest player at 31 in the whole of the squad. So we've got rid of all the guys with experience. We need someone who's ready now to get us across the line.
There's no excuses for Arsenal now, bro.
But say again.
There's no excuses now for Arsenal, innit? It's like, if you don't win, I mean, to be honest, there's no excuses this year or the year before, to be honest, yeah. But like, at the same time, like this year, there ain't no excuses that no top gooner, yeah, as they call it. There's no excuses that
you know what it is? Do you know why yesterday, yeah, when I saw the news break, I was annoyed because Potts will tell you, and all the Arsenal fans, in the last 3 seasons, Arsenal have had so many draws where they've created 20 plus chances, but they've had Jesus, they've had Havertz, they've just had people on the end of them that can't hit the back of the net. This guy, for me, I know rivals can do the hating thing, whatnot. I genuinely think he's going to get at least 22 to 27 league goals, not even all competition. I think he's going to hit the ground running because Arsenal create an abundance of chances, but just have bums on the end of them. I think this is a great signing. This is the type of signing I was speaking about last week, right? When you see Arsenal linked to Madueke and Sesko and that, I don't know about LB, but I'm happy. I'm smiling. I'm like, these aren't going to compete with us. But when you start seeing them linked to the likes of Eze or Gyokores, talks of Rodrigo now, got Zubimendi over the line, that's when I'm like, you're serious now, that you actually want to compete again. So I think this is a great. We need
a serious one though, Roms. None of this is why I didn't want all the Norgard and Madueke and all that. That's fine if they're coming in on top of what we're getting. Like, I've got no problem. If you're bringing me Eze, Rodrigo and Gyokores and you want Madueke, that's cool. But if you're bringing in Madueke instead of the others, that's where I've got problems. You're bringing in Sesko over Gyokores, that's where I've got problems. And for me, it looks like Berta has come in and it means business now, because I was really worried when we brought in Zubimendi and we were linked with Sesko. Norgard has been told that he's an Arteta signing. I was thinking, what was the point of bringing in Berta? Like, he's just literally getting the deals Arteta wants over the line. True. I think what he's doing now, Mosquera apparently is definitely pivotal to what Berta was doing. Likewise, obviously, Gyokores, and there's talk about him putting in place some plans or talks with Rodrigo and Eze. So I think they're the sort of names we should be linked with. Hopefully we get them across the line and we can be serious again, because I need to see a better summer than Marino, Calafiori and Sterling, man. That was a disaster. Like, there's the side dishes. Where's the main? Do you know what I mean?
Dan,
so
what about the potential news that obviously the Madueke deal could be funded by Waneri going the other way? Because I don't know about, like, when I was saying that looked like a bit of a shit show. That was just like you're potentially selling one of the best youngsters in the Premier League to go sign a player. And obviously, this is all if he doesn't agree a deal. So this is only a potential. But even that being a potential is crazy to sell a player of that quality to a rival. Like I don't even know what could be going on at Arsenal to think that's even an option.
So I don't think it's that the club want to get rid of him, and I don't think it's that the club are saying we want Madueke because Nwaneri's the guy we got to get out because he's terrible. Basically, Nwaneri wants a new contract, and he's basically looking at his game time options. Now, when he's seeing rinks and rumours of Eze and Madueke and Rodrigo, he's thinking, hold on a minute, I've got Saka and Ødegaard plus these guys being brought in. Where am I going to play? So I would actually understand it, and I get why he's concerned or why he's got question marks. We've got Max Dowman coming through that's going to be in the same boat in a couple of years as well. So I think he's just looking at his pathway and development, and I think that's got to be part of his contract talk plans. He's got 1 year left, so it is worrying. But if he doesn't get game time at Arsenal, he ain't going to get it at Chelsea or City where he's linked with. So it's not like I'm going to go play and start for Man City now. He wouldn't start for Man City or Chelsea either. So I think it's just him trying to play.
He'll get the wages. He'll get the wages. And listen, whether you like it or not, footballers now at any age are they're going to be wanting them wages. And he's on 6,000 a week at Arsenal now, which, you know what I mean? When you look at the players that ahead of him, he's better than some of them, and he's like, yo, that's a lot of money, bro. You know what I mean? And I should be getting at least what I deserve. Plus his agent, plus his family. They're going to be thinking, yo, this guy's a key part of this Arsenal team, whether people like it or not. And I need a better contract than what you've shown me right now. I just think this is just wages. I think for me, this is just negotiations. I can see him still staying. I don't think it's anything big. I just think when the agents put it out there that they're still not happy with this deal, it gets magnified as this, oh, wow.
But they're making it sound, Saeed, like Chelsea. Nwaneri wants Chelsea. That's not the case.
No, it doesn't. Exactly.
Chelsea and City have been put on alert by thinking, crikey, I didn't know that they ain't going to stay at Arsenal. Well, okay, we're interested then. Let us know if you don't want to stay there. We'll have you. That's what the story is. So this isn't like, Ethan, laters, you're not good enough. Madueke, you're coming in, and Ethan can go Chelsea. That ain't happening, man. That's not, well, the media have spun it like that, but that isn't the truth from what I'm told. He's trying to do all he can to get the right deal for him. His agent's trying to talk to us saying, well, he wants game time. He wants this amount of money. Just like Miles Lewis-Skelly is now on crazy money. I think he's on like 140 a week or something mad like that, right? I think he's one of the highest paid teenagers in the world. So Nwaneri's going to look at that, isn't he? And Arsenal pay mad wages, man. Mad wages. That's what Arsenal do.
I told people, that when Amad Diallo signed that contract at United, the guy got scammed, mate. Yeah. If I was his agent, bro, I would have got that guy $250K a week. Yeah, he got absolutely scammed, Diallo, when he signed that contract, bro.
But what's he on?
I think he's
120,
on
120.
120, bro. Bro, it's mad that, isn't it? Bro, he had 6 months left on his contract. He could have literally gone to any football club in the world, bro. I would have cooked them so hard for the cash. I don't know who his agent is, Diallo, mate. But
you think Amad Diallo could have got more than 100? And that's too much for. He's on way too much.
No.
To be honest, we don't want to go high in our wages anyway.
You're not thinking about the situation. He had 6 months left on his contract.
No, I get the situation. He could have said, "I'll leave on a free and go elsewhere," and he would have got paid 40-50 grand at another club in Europe. He was not going to get.
You know what?
What are you mad, bro? These young players in Europe, they don't pay.
You think the best he could have done is 60 grand a week?
In Europe, they don't pay massive wages to young people.
He's got a point there. He's got a point there.
In Europe, no. LB, go look at the average wages across La Liga, across Serie A. A player like Amad Diallo is probably on 20 or 30K over there.
What about Prem?
In the Premier League, his level of player is still not on 120K a week. It's because Man United were desperate to get him. They put him on 120K.
What else?
Tottenham, Liverpool, and us have players at his level.
We weren't desperate. He was also wanted to stay at United, bro. Like, let's not do this. Like, he's a United.
Saeed, you were
we're not desperate. We're not desperate for Amad Diallo.
You would have happily let him go then.
No, I'm not saying we'd have to let it go, but it was an agreement on both sides. Amad Diallo wanted to stay, and he's a United player. He loves United, and we wanted to reward him by giving him a contract that was where he was on 30 grand a week. I think he was on. He's getting 120. Yes, maybe he could have got more, but as a club, we shouldn't be giving wages out anyway right now more than at least.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you lot actually won here because I think LB has a point. Ahmed could have got more on wages because at the time he was your best player. Like, he was performing the best. I think he was saving you game after game, or I think a couple games in a row.
I get what you mean.
He could have got more. He could have got more.
We've got to chill though. We've got to chill with this whole save because when I was stuck with Bruno Fernandes, bro, and this summer could have been different had we sold Bruno Fernandes. You know what I'm saying to you? So
no,
I don't want to.
You know, did the right thing. I think that's the right sum for him, but he could have got more if he pushed for more.
Yeah, I know.
Him and his agent could have got more.
What's Marcus Lewis Skelly on, by the way, Dan? Do you know?
It's a 140.
Well,
that's what
I think it. I was just trying to look, and it won't actually say. I've been rumored 120, 140.
It's not on there.
He's on 140 a week, bruv.
It's 120.
And you know why that makes no sense? Because he's 18, yeah. Let's just say it's a 5-year deal. It takes him to 22. At 22, you're gonna have to at least. Imagine he maintains being a first teamer 3-4 years. You upgrade his contract. He's gonna have to be on double that wage in 3 or 4 years.
I don't think he's on 140 though, man. I don't.
And then it sets a bad precedent. Arsenal. If he's on
just to put a comparison,
What is this thing with your wages, by the way? You don't pay some mad wages, you know.
Yeah,
some players that shouldn't be getting that, bro.
No, it's horrific.
Arsenal.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's horrific. Put it in perspective, though. Yeah, just people say, oh, he won't be on 140. Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson were on 100. So
yes,
Lewis Skelly, it wouldn't surprise me if he's on 120, 140. But look at these wages, man. 290 for Havertz, 265 for Jesus. It's a joke, man. 240. I mean, Rice
even
and
Odegaard's a bad one. I can't lie. Like,
obviously, Partey's gone. Saka is going to be on 300. Saliba's going to be on 300 when they sign. Yeah. Martinelli's on 180.
Yeah, Martinelli, but he's staying, by the way.
No. Even Moreno. How's Moreno on 130, bro? This is a player that's always going to be a bench. Like, he should be on 75.
Calafiori at Bologna was on 15k. Look at him now.
Yeah, they're helping us. They're helping us with razzle dazzle.
But you might not realize it though. When you come to the Premier League, you're gonna get a wage boost, bro. You can't.
But not to that extent.
Come on now. Let's be serious, bro. Nearly 300 bags a week for Havertz, bro. Come on.
No, that one I don't agree with. But the Marino one, it kind of makes sense.
That's because Chelsea stuck him on 250, so obviously wanted more.
You see the problem?
It doesn't make sense, though, Saeed. It doesn't make sense to put Marino on 120 or whatever it is. The guy was on what, 30k?
I hear what you might have said here, but you're never gonna get a player who comes to the Premier League and says, you know what, I'll just about get what I got at
well, they do. They do. There's a lot of players that come to the Premier League and accept a 75k a week because that's
show me the players.
You go on Tottenham's wage truck, you'll see loads of players at Tottenham are on 100k a week. Under 100k.
Luis Diaz is on like
Rodrigo Bentancur, who'd be a similar signing to that of Moreno.
I mean, he's a Latim, that guy.
I said he's a Natas.
Have you seen
Luis Diaz is on about 80 a week, any Rob?
He's a Natas.
Lower.
There you go. So you know Zinchenko, yeah? We bought Zinchenko from Man City. We put him on 150 a week. How much do you reckon he was on at Man City a week?
He
was on about 25k, I think.
20k.
The jump is too much, man. It's too much, bro.
Yeah,
they're not like you could say to them, "Oh, I'm going to double your wages." Cool, double your. They're quadrupling their players' wages. It's not making no sense. Like,
you know what I'm seeing as well. Yeah,
Brighton. Caicedo was on small money at Brighton. I swear.
Caicedo was on like not even 10 bags a week, bro.
Exactly.
He was still on that contract when he first came from Ecuador, innit? To him, he was a rich man. But we pay Caicedo like 150 a week, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say to you, man. Though
our wages have gone down.
No, but the difference in Caicedo is he commanded a £120 million fee, so you're gonna get a massive wage if you're paying £120 million.
Yeah. And the thing is, Jules, 150 a week in this day and age, is very reasonable. Like that's I don't look at that. I think that's overpaying. Good amount.
And if you're battling another club to sign a player, it's different. Like Arsenal, we're not battling anyone to get Marino. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, hear it. But just on Madueke as well, I've seen Arsenal. Apparently, he's accepted the same salary he's getting at Chelsea, but he gets about 50k at Chelsea, bro. So he's going to be the same amount at Arsenal, apparently.
I don't think he's on the same. So he wouldn't leave to go on the same salary. Surely not. He's apparently
that's what I'm seeing.
I think he came from a 5-year deal.
Listen, 50k a week is still a lot of money, man.
It might be different now because Berta's in here. This was with Edu and all these guys. They know what they're doing. So I want to see Berta putting them on what they should be on, man. Because like
Chelsea's is not too bad to be fair. When you deep it, like
Chelsea's good. Chelsea's
Toasting Adebayo 120k a week's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. Jeez.
Yeah, I would expect over 100k for him. He's been in the Prem for a minute.
Yeah, he has been in the Prem for a minute. I can't lie.
No, the Kunku one's funny.
Kunku one is nasty, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, Nkuku, yeah, but Nkuku came in, came
From that
in
Leipzig team, he was
from Leipzig, yeah, like he
was
literally
cold.
got the cannon before he left, bro. He was a top goal scorer there.
God, Fofana, that's stinky as well. 200k, never fit.
Never
Todd
plays,
Bowley, man. Todd Bowley, bro. Todd Bowley put him on that
for
contract.
2029, you know.
I think he's gonna get sold
Sterling.
this summer. I think he's getting sold, man.
Your highest wage being 250. That's all right, you know. That is
It's gone
actually
down.
your highest.
Now, Jen,
Yeah.
Chelsea,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, like last 2-3 years, you guys have proper fixed your wage structure. Their team's not bad. Like Arsenal's and Liverpool's are way worse. I'm pretty sure Liverpool's is quite not bad, but you have a lot of players on high wages too. And I know Rob stayed quiet. Rob stayed quiet for a reason there because their ones is nearly as bad as Arsenal's.
But cool. Salah and Van Dijk warrant that. Like, just look at what they've done since they've been at the club.
No, but it's not as bad as what you say it is, though, man.
It's context that Verts is one of the best. We're gonna have to pay him. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I think Verts is on about 240, 250.
Wait, so Verts is getting about 100k more than Palmer, yeah?
It doesn't say Verts yet.
They ain't that bad, man. They ain't that bad, Liverpool.
Having a lot of players.
Look at Luis Diaz, man. Wallah, that's crazy.
You know what's so funny?
Even
What did you
Kanate,
say?
look, Kanate, 70k a week. You say you can't get players under 100.
Yeah, but Kanate is going to leave next year on a free, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, Roms, you just said yeah that Salah deserves that money. You know, Osimhen was asking for the same amount of Salah, innit? That similar same amount. You know that, right?
When you put it like that,
Salah's more reliable goal scorer, man.
Not done anything like that.
A similar sort of range, man.
Oh, big up KON saying Verts on 200k, so it's even less than what I thought. So
He's not on 200k a week.
Conor Bradley being on the same.
That's what the chat is
Nah, he would have been on around 200 at Liverpool.
Bro,
Yeah, man.
Conor
That
Bradley
on like 300k a week, man. What are you
Bro,
talking
Conor
about?
Bradley being on more than Ibrahim Konate is wild, bro. Like
This
wild.
is why I can't really blame
Nah,
Konate.
but if you look, Conor Bradley just signed his contract last month. That's why he signed a new one.
Yeah, he did actually.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
He's not still on.
But the thing is though, do you honestly we spoke about Madueke a lot. That Rodrigo one seems to be the one that's a dream signing, yeah. But with Martinelli staying now, do you believe Dan Potts it's possible to get Rodrigo when you've got Martinelli there and Trossard still around as well? You know?
Yeah, so Martinelli was linked with Saudi, that's gone quiet. Trossard's now linked with Fenerbahce yesterday, so it could be that they're turning their attention to get rid of Trossard now. I think one of them's going to go if we want Rodrigo in. I think it's the dream. Yeah. It sounds like, he's the priority now after we get Gyokores in. Eze's been linked, Madueke's been linked, but they're not going to be the absolute marquee. They're not going to be the starters. They're going to come in as squad players. So I think for me, Rodrigo would be the one. He's the only left winger that I think takes us to the next level, if I'm honest. All the others, I like Lookman and I quite like Semenyo, but they're not going to take us to that next level for me. So I hope we can get him. It's all on Rodrigo, man. If Rodrigo wants to leave Real Madrid and he's not been playing apparently and all there's rumours he wants to go, then I think there's a great chance. But it ain't just going to be Arsenal. I think Liverpool would come in. I think Manchester City would come in. I think Bayern Munich would come in. So I think they're sort of teams that we'll be looking at Rodrigo as well as Arsenal. But yeah, we got to try and sell him the dream. One thing we will do is we'll put him on good wages. So maybe he'll say yes. We'll see.
Let me ask you something, Potts, yeah? Do you think that if you sign Madueke for what? In excess of 50 million, you're going to sign Rodrigo as well and sign Eze and sign Gyokores?
No. No, I think we'll sign. If we get Madueke, we'll sign Madueke and Eze and we won't get Rodrigo.
Yeah, I think you'll probably stick Eze on the left, if anything. I don't see you lot sign Rodrigo and Madueke, bro. Like you have to get a sell for Martinelli, but that's not happening from Saudi, bro.
And you've got to look at it like this. If you look at the wage, because the reason I see the Eze and Madueke deal being like the opposite to the Rodrigo one is if you look at the wages, Rodrigo's probably going to come in and be 300k a week. I can't see them signing Rodrigo, them signing Eze and Madueke. That's madness. They're going to sign themselves up to a new, like, it's just not going to happen. All that money spent, Eze and Madueke would probably be 300k a week together. And plus, Eze could play off the left. I see that. And plus, probably when you look at the pricing of the deals, around 100 million together, I think you're looking at that. And Arsenal know what they're doing. They're setting up this Madueke deal for when Rodrigo one doesn't come in. Like,
you're giving me over 100 million for Havertz and Madueke, blood. And then you'll have to talk about our money, but you're giving us peas, bro. You know what I mean? I told you.
They're helping you, man, beat a case right now. That's what they're doing. They're helping you, man, beat a case. It's mad.
I'm telling you, Jules, anytime we need to look at something, call a friend. I'm telling you, we just get on the blower. We get on the blower to Arsenal straight away and say, bro, we got change here. You know what I'm saying? I saw something about, we asked about Max Dowman or something. I'm telling you now, these men are asking the next reject for next season to go take. Yeah? I'm seeing in the past like 6-7 seasons, yeah, there's only been 1 year they ain't bought a player from Chelsea, bro. They love us. I told you,
Did you see the picture? Yeah?
Boys, bro.
Did you see a picture? It was that AI, but like it's Arteta. He's accepting the trash bins, and it's got Chelsea players.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I need to trademark it. These are original CEX boys, bro. Yeah, Sterling, Willian, David Luiz, Czech. You know what I'm saying? Who else is there? Jorginho in his latter days and that. Broski, we just give them the trash.
You know what it is, yeah? This wouldn't even be funny if they won stuff with your ex-players. No one would be laughing. I don't think anyone would be laughing. But it's the fact they've not done anything with your ex-players. It just makes it more funny. But
and then when we take their players, we elevate them even more. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a weird obsession, man. It's got to stop, man. It's ridiculous. Like I don't want Madueke.
Like, why
I don't want him. I don't know, man. I don't get why he wants Madueke.
I think it's a disrespect as well because it's like you're. Listen, when you sell to a rival, you should be strengthening them. But Chelsea are looking at it like, you know what? We don't even rate these players, so have them anyway, and you'll still stay where you are. Like, I just think it's just disrespectful. Like,
we won't pay 50 million for him. Obviously, we'll go down than that. If Chelsea want 50, we won't get Madueke. But I do think that it's a mad signing for me. I just think it's a bit of a waste of funds. Look, if we get Madueke on top of Eze and Rodrigo, if they've got the money, cool. I don't really care for Madueke, if I'm honest. Don will have a funeral, obviously, because he loves Madueke, but it'll be one of them, man.
This is what it could be.
People are trying to like, oh, what? You're turning on Madueke now and that. And I'm like, bro, I've told you lot for years now. I like how direct he is, but he needs to improve it. That's it.
Yeah.
That would be a great side. That would be a great side. If we had to start 11, that would be brilliant. That's the best front. That's one of the best front threes.
Do you think there's enough creativity in that midfield, though? Real talk.
Nah.
I don't think there is, man. I think if you come up against low blocks,
we're talking about Eze as well.
I think if we talk about Erdegaard, it's all on him because he's had a bad season, man. Bad season. You have another season like that? No. I mean, Zubimendi, I can't tell you because I haven't seen enough of him. I hear he's brilliant, and Man City, Liverpool were crying about it, but I don't really know. I wouldn't have been too upset if I was Liverpool and City personally not getting him at the time because I didn't know much about him. But I hear he's a quality player. Erdegaard needs to get back into it. Rice, you know my thoughts. I prefer it like you've put it, Saeed. So Rice is that engine as opposed to that like Lampard or Gerrard type. But Eze is going to come into the mix to be that kind of creativity as well. So hopefully through low blocks, he'll help with that because Eze is a baller for me, man. I think he's quality.
Yeah, I think that's a good 11. I think that's a very good 11.
Bro,
it's a great 11. It's a great 11.
Good 11. You know what I mean? Like I said, defensively solid. You know, people say midfield is not that great, but again, like I said to you, man, it's one of them where it all depends on how Zubimendi kind of adapts to the league, bro, the physicality of the league, bro. If he does and he's aggressive and he's on it, then you know it couldn't work well. We know what Rice is about. Odegaard needs to find his form. Saka, we know what it's about. Gyokores, if you can, like I said to you, get on the score sheet. Rodrigo should be good no matter what. You feel me? So,
Saeed, I think that's the best shape. I think that's the best shape for them, and I think that 4-3-3. Like, if you go back to how it was before, go back to the 4-3-3 put. When everyone has Zubimendi in build up by himself, Rice on the left, next to Rodrigo, and Odegaard on the other side. Yeah, bro. I think that's in balance, man. I think that's in balance, bro. Because if I'm looking at that shape there, I would swap Rice with an Eze, but then that means that he's not in the 11 because you're not going to play him ahead of Zubimendi in build up, right? So for me, looking at that, the players they've got, you put Zubimendi next to Rice, you have Rice destroying play, breaking up the play and that, and then Zubimendi is the one that's getting the ball, dictating the game, you know, punching it in between the lines to the 10, and then you go from there. I think offensively it'll look a lot better, man. But I'm with LB on this. Yeah, talking about their midfield, bro. I don't think that midfield there is balanced, bro. I don't think it's balanced, man.
I think it's a question mark as well. I can't even lie. I agree with Don, and me and Don have been on the same wavelength about Rice. But I look at the scenario that front three individually. I think as a three individuals, I think it's probably the best in the league if you look at it right now. Because Man City and I know Liverpool and Man City have got Haaland or a Salah, but as the other two go, you're not too sure who they're going to play and you're not quite sure what it's like. Don't know who's going to play out front for Liverpool yet. Don't know who's going to be on the left for Liverpool yet. And like Man City, I have no idea what they're doing. They've got Haaland and I don't know if it's Marmoush or Randers or Cherky or what it is. So I think we know there, I think on paper is very different to how you play. You know, on paper, Zubimendi and Rice looks very good, but is it going to work? Like Don says, we've got the front three. That looks unbelievable on paper. But is it going to feel like this is where I come back to the manager? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see.
I think that midfield three is dependent on Odegaard's form now. I think if Odegaard can get back to the Odegaard we know, I think that midfield three is fine. But people are kind of gambling, rival fans gambling him having another bad season. Then you have to have a conversation. I don't like to write off players after one season. It's the same with Foden at Man City. Everyone's saying X, Y, Z. Cool. If he has another season like this, then it's a conversation. I think if Odegaard can get back into his 22-23 bag where you are top majority of the year, that midfield's fine. Honestly,
that's what we need.
It's depending on his form.
And the thing is, as well, it's not always the first 11. It's how you end the game as well. And if we've got Eze coming off, and we now have to start looking at squad players. If Martinelli stays, he's coming on and bringing that kind of direct and power and pace. And then obviously Havertz coming in as a different dimension. I think actually you start to look at the squad then and think, okay, Arsenal are serious, but there's a lot to do still, man. Gyokores is a great start, but there's still more players coming in, man. But let's see.
Let's get the super chats, guys. There's 3K in the building, man. We're not even hit 1,000 likes here. Let's get these likes up, people, man, and make sure you are subscribing to everyone's channels in the description. Get their numbers up, people. How many games until Gyokores starts ahead of Kai Havertz? I don't think Gyokores starts the season. I think Havertz starts and then Gyokores eases in. You know what I mean? Because
I'll be surprised now. I think if Sesko would have come, I think he would have started Havertz and molded Sesko in. Okay. I think now that Gyokores is coming in, I think pre-season we'll quite clearly see that Gyokores is the striker. And if it ain't, there's got to be question marks about what the hell Mikel Arteta's doing for me. So yeah, I think it will be Gyokores now. But I was concerned that it would be Havertz to start.
Yeah, man. As I said, Don finally paid his electric bill or new laptop.
Well, you know what happened? My light broke yesterday, so I'm using my laptop's camera, man. But I'm getting a new one later anyway.
Craig says, if Lego Head doesn't win the Premier League this year with a proven striker, what phase are Arsenal going into this year?
Phase sack the manager, bro. Phase sack the manager. That's what it's called.
I think for me, even Bavs on the Big Six was like, yo, if you don't win the Premier League or Champions League, he's got to go. So if Bav said that, then
they said this last season, Saeed, man. They said this season, and then in the season they start making up excuses as to the context. You got to give the reasons why.
No, but this is categorically like, yo, he's got to go. Like he made it clear.
What I will say, he does, in my opinion, no trolling. He does win one of the two. I think he does win Carabao FA. Whether it's enough to please the Arsenal fans,
it's a major trophy, though. It's got to be major.
No, Robs, you can't tell me you're gonna go bring Gyokores, and then okay, he won the Carabao Cup, yay, let's keep him. Nah, bro. In the Champions League.
And the thing is, when you talk about Gyokores, Madueke, Eze, Zuberman, they're talking about 300 to 400 million pound window. You spend 300 million pound this season.
That's what I'm expecting to spend, George. That's what I'm expecting. Yeah. The Cronkies have told us we're spending 350, so we better be.
Yeah, phase 7 is about to go. Boom, I've got goosebumps. What do you mean by winning cups? What type? Big up Ali says, in Serie A, there are rules like new resident regime, which means taxes are much lower, so Diallo could get more after tax and is getting at Man United. Yeah, but the thing is, though, the actual base like wages he wouldn't get, bro. Like, that's the problem, though. You're not getting nowhere near that amount in Europe. Can we talk about how disgusting Arsenal were in handling the party situation? Listen, all I would say that's ongoing, and it's unfair for Dan to kind of really comment on it. You know what I mean? So, Jason, I hear you, and I don't want it to be a kind of a thing where it's like tick for tack. Oh, look at your club, look at my club. Like, it's a serious situation, bro. And
no, but there's a conversation to be had there, though, Saeed, though, man. Like, because it's a fair enough question to ask, right? Let me ask you, Potts. Do you think Arsenal should have suspended him, right? Already correct. Or do you think it was the right decision to keep him because legally, if obviously he wasn't charged at the time, he could have sued, didn't it? Like what Mendy did. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
As much as I appreciate and understand that you're innocent till proven guilty, at the same time, I think you should be suspended whilst that investigation takes place, and then you then say, okay, we now know the decision. I know that Mendy, Manchester City was similar to that, and obviously they tried to sort of go and wash their hands of it until it was made, and then he got found not guilty, to be fair. So some people will then say, well, Man City were out of order because they chucked him under the bus when he didn't do anything or whatever. So you can't really win in the scenario, if I'm honest. It's a horrendous thing to have happened. And some people say you can't suspend by allegations. If you're in a job, there's certain jobs where you get suspended whilst there's an investigation about it. And people say that it should be the same in football. But I think people have to appreciate both sides. Whether Arsenal knew about it and all this, I don't know that. I really don't. I'd love to know. It looks disgraceful from the club because obviously if we did know about it, then it doesn't look good. But the other thing we have to do is try to sort of remember there's going to be a lot of the kind of rivalry and tribalism they're going to hate on it. Oh, we hate Arsenal. Now let's just pile on them again with this. We don't know that. We don't know that's the case, man. We don't know. So we have to be careful with it, man.
No, 100%. Listen, I'm not going to do the whole tit for tat thing, bro, because listen, all of our clubs have been involved in fuckery, bro. You know what I mean? See, bro, we had a coach, a youth coach, I think back in the 80s, 70s, that was doing a mad thing, and the club, apparently the club even knew about it. So I'm not going to come from that angle. But for me, I think he should have been suspended. I think in terms of the player that he is, because of how important he is, I think that's actually the reason why Arsenal decided to keep him. If it was any Mickey Mouse player, Tomiyasu or something, for example, who's always injured anyway, I reckon he would have suspended his ass. Or maybe if it's a youth team player, the guy would have got suspended, bro. But because of who Partey is and he's one of your key players, and when it happened, he was still in his pomp. I think that's the reason they decided to keep him. But what I disagree with, before you come in here, what I disagree with is how Arteta was coming out, like defending this guy when you should be objective. You should just be in the middle with this. You shouldn't really come out saying he's a great guy and all of these things.
His character and stuff, innit?
You'll be left. If he gets found guilty, you'll be left with egg on your face because you basically backed a madman. You know what I'm saying? So he should have been for sure, man. 100%.
I think as well, what it is as well for me, it's like the contract situation. That will be the one that I think we need to know and clarify. Did Arsenal offer him a contract knowing what happened, or did they take away the contract or not offer him because they knew that they had intelligence maybe that something was about to happen and he was about to be charged? That as well, there is a bit of a situation that, you know, the fans have every right to know about, because that is not great. You know what I mean, bro? So
it don't look good, man. It don't look good at all. It never did look good. I've had arguments with Arsenal fans about it. I've had arguments with people that I'm close to because they see it differently. You know, they're like, look, man, what happens if this guy's not guilty? What happens then? We would have suspended someone for 2.5 years and he's done nothing wrong. So you got to look at both sides, I suppose. I have my opinions on it, and I think a lot of football fans have their opinions on it. The allegations are despicable, and we hope everyone involved is okay if there's genuine stuff here, because that's all I care about, man. So
victims, 100%. Grown men pocket watching SMH. I think that was before. Arsenal's wages to revenue is only 53% versus Chelsea 72%. And NBA High said Chelsea are winning the Club World Cup bucket. That's what we're going to move on to next, man. Chelsea Club World Cup. Talk to me. You know what? You know, you're in the semi-finals, bro. And listen, I'm not saying you got an easy way through. You know what I mean? Even though it is compared to what Bayern and PSG have had to do and that. But Luminese next. Then you play the winners of PSG and Real Madrid.
It's the Thiago Silva derby. That's what they're calling
it's been the Thiago Silva derby. It's been the Esteval derby. It's been the who else? Giroud as well. There's been a couple ex-Chelsea players who played already, bro. It's crazy. You know what I mean? But I can't lie, bro. The way that we're playing right now, you know, the belief that's been put into this team by the manager and the players and how confident everyone's looking, bro. This team's growing. You know what I mean? And one thing that I said the other day is Chelsea right now are building a very physical team, bro. Yeah? We played these Brazilians the other day and we were roughing man up. You know what I mean? We were roughing these guys up, and we all know how physical Brazilians are, bro. You know? It's very good to see Palmer right now. It looks like he's enjoying his football again. I like this new system that Maresca's kind of found where he's still starting a 3-man midfield. Palmer on paper's on the wing. But when you actually have the ball, he's playing more in the pockets. You know what I'm saying? And he scored a very good goal the other day, bro. Very, very good goal. You know what I mean? So defensively, we're looking patterned. You know, I didn't like Reece in midfield the other day, but Andre Santos, he started the other day. Very, very good game, bro. Like, you would have thought this guy has been at Chelsea for ages the way he played. And he's another guy that likes to get involved in duels and that. You know what I'm saying? Neto's on form. He played well for a guy that just obviously lost Jota and that. Delap, listen, the other day, this guy lost his head, innit? He needs to stop being Brock Lesnar and fucking play football, bruv. Yeah? It's not fucking WWE. It's Club World Cup, please, yeah? So
you know what he reminds me of, though? You remember Vinnie Jones in X-Men: The Last Stand, and he charging through the walls? That's Rory Delap. He just wants to keep charging through everyone.
He just wants to fight. Like, it's like, broski, we get it. You're aggressive.
You know, it can be good. Like, as long as he channels it, that's actually good. You want to
I know.
Yeah,
sometimes he does a bit too much. He does
a bit too much. And the last game, he did a bit too much, and now he's suspended. He's not going to play the next game. But João Pedro, came on.
Yo, that was
Bro, the tech, bro, the touches in the box, the movement, the flair on the ball, the passing. This guy's a problem, bro. He's just a player that's got such high level IQ. Because he literally came into the team the other day, bro. He was on holiday the other day. He trained with these man for 2-3 days. Bam, goes into the lineup. It's as if man's been the whole time. You know what I mean? So Jackson's in trouble right now.
Where was Delap and Pedro on your list? Where was Delap and Pedro on your list? You said Osimhen
Delap
was
was
one.
Delap was third on my list. Delap
was third on your list.
He was.
What was your list, though?
My list was Osimhen. My list was Osimhen, Gyokores, then Delap. Delap was third, bro.
okay.
Okay. So
Come on.
at the end of the day, bro, listen.
You have Delap ahead of Julian Alvarez. You have Delap ahead of Isak.
Here we go, man. Here we go. Let me just land on what's going on. Anytime I'm praising my team, he just goes straight to try shitting on my team, bro. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, bro, right now we're cooking. We're cooking, man.
Bro.
We're cooking, man. In the past 14 games or something, we've only lost 2 games. The rest of them have been W's, man. So yeah, I'm confident that we'll beat Fluminense, and whoever it is we've got in the final, bring it on, man. I'd rather play PSG. I actually want to test this team against PSG, bro.
Do you know what's crazy? Yeah? I think PSG win the whole thing, but it just wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea win it. This is kind of what they do when they're on a European stage or like an intercontinental stage. They don't have to play well, but they can just grind out that cup final win. So I think it's going to be PSG or Chelsea. I think that'll be the final. PSG are stronger on
PSG looked tired though, man, against Bayern Munich. They looked a bit tired. I can't lie.
You know what I'm interested to see here, Saeed, yeah? Because like, if you look at this team, they've gone through a lot of adversity together, bruv. Like, obviously we finished 12th and then we finished 6th after that, right? Man United took away Europa League from us, by the way. We should have been in the fucking Europa League. They took it away. But we won the Conference League. We moved. We've lost the final with these guys. We've lost the semi-final with these guys. But we won a final not long ago, bro. They now have a taste of winning together, yeah? And the mentality in this team right now, even when we go down first, bro, I still feel like we're going to come back because the belief in this team is A1. And I have to give props to Maresca for that, bro. He's brought a different level of mentality to Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? So going into that game, I want to see how they stand up against PSG because PSG for me right now are the best team in the world, isn't it? You know what I mean? They've got a very good team, very good midfield. That midfield will be interesting. You know, Caicedo, Enzo, Palmer, Lavia, these guys up against Vitinha and that. And then obviously their attack's better than us, to be fair. But our attack right now is actually scoring goals and we're creating chances. So I really want to see how we get on. Obviously, we've still got to win this game next, but that will be very, very interesting, man. Very interesting, that final.
What's happening with the goalkeeper situation? Are you keeping this guy Sanchez in goal?
Well, on that, I don't know if you did see, but whilst we've been live, I did see Allegri has come out and confirmed my name is staying. And Leao as well. Leao and Mainan are both staying at AC Milan, so there'll be no movement on that.
Leao ain't serious anyway, man.
I was going to say, don't always... I hear that he's come out and said that, but all it takes is a big bid and then they start considering again. I think we just have to wait and see how these things pan out. Because for now, they're probably not for sale. But if they get a big bid that can maybe benefit the club and then they can get like 2 or 3 players from that bid, these deals can still happen. They can definitely
100%, man, because he's not signing a new contract right now. If we come in and
you don't need a new goalkeeper, Don. Why do you need a new goalkeeper for?
Why do we need a new goalkeeper? You know we need an upgrade.
Sanchez
ain't great.
Sanchez is an excellent for you.
Sanchez ain't great.
The reason you're in the top 4, my bro.
Listen, sometimes you listen. You've got your iPhone there. It still works in that, but you need to upgrade, right? Because it hasn't got certain features. Yeah, the Sanchez hasn't got certain features, bro. The feet are not what we need in this in goal, man.
But here's the reason you got top 4. You told me. So why would you want to replace it?
This guy's distribution isn't what Maresca wants in goal. Maresca wants the goalkeeper to almost.
It's not Maresca. It's not really Maresca's type of keeper.
But anyway, Dan Potts don't watch Chelsea games, so he's still stuck in the mind of Sanchez having blunders against Man City. Sanchez, I put this guy many times this season, but I'll be real, he's been very good for months now. You know what I'm saying? No one's talking about Sanchez in a bad light. He's been playing well.
Exactly. So keep him.
Keep him. I
want to keep it. I can get the ball. Hold on. I want to keep it.
You can have your cake and eat it, bro.
Into a blue shirt, bro.
You call out players all season, and then when they have decent forms, you're like, no, but he's good. But then when we call him shit, and like Sanchez, you've called him shit at the start of the season. Oh, he's not good enough. So when we call him shit, no, but he had good games. Okay, so you need an upgrade. Yeah, we need an upgrade, but he's still good.
You know what?
Hold on.
So Sanchez is not good enough. Sanchez isn't good enough. We need an
I
upgrade.
just told you we need an upgrade. I just told
But
you
he's
we
not
need
good
an
enough. So
upgrade.
he's not good enough. So he's not good enough.
But he's been playing well. We need an upgrade, but he's been playing well.
Is he or is he not good enough?
We need better than him.
God, we're winding you up. We're winding you up. He's not good enough. But do you know what it is?
No, he's not
Give
good
it
enough,
like game week 2 or 3.
Bro.
Give it game week 2 or 3. Sanchez passed it to a player and they scored. Don's like, you know what, this guy.
Get this bozo out.
Bro, Roms, I'll be real. I've said
This is why I was scouting this guy. What's that guy's name? What's that? You told me about a goalkeeper last year. Remember?
Valles, bro. Hey, listen. Hey,
the guy that's been a free agent. I'm pretty sure he's been a free agent for some time.
Bro, go check what Valles is doing right now. That guy's serious.
Every week, Valles. Don't speak.
Now, let me say something though. You see Sanchez, yeah? You see what frustrates me about Sanchez? Bro, yeah? He's got the attributes that I like in a goalkeeper, right? He's very tall. He's good at cross-collecting, yeah? He's good at cross-collecting. He's a very good shot stopper as well. Hold on. He's a very good shot stopper. The thing that lets down Sanchez, yeah, is his distribution and his bozo moments. That's what lets this guy down, bro. It's all up here, right? Making a decision like what he did against Man City, bro, to come out the way he did. That's just some you've got nothing in your brain, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in terms of the shot stopping and that, I've got no problems with that, bro.
Ask a good friend of mine on the panel to please come in here because I can't have him be quiet here. LB, what's happening here, my bro?
I just can't be asked. Like the season's not even started yet, and I've got Don trying to gaslight everybody in this fucking panel and all the viewers that Sanchez is actually a decent goalkeeper. He just makes a few errors. Like what we doing here, man?
What's
Serious, bro?
He hasn't been playing well then, LB. He hasn't been playing well then.
It's shit.
Has he been playing well? Yes or no, bro?
I don't care if he's been playing well, bro.
Yeah, then we go then. So then
He's a dead goalkeeper,
what he
man.
does.
So what?
Sanchez can have a man of the match performance. He's still pulling shit. That's the difference between you and LB.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, can I ask you a question? Yeah.
That's the difference between you, LB. Hold on, Saeed. That's the difference between me and him. I don't need to. Just because he's been doing something concrete.
As soon as the player starts playing semi-decent, you start gassing him up. You did it with Madueke at the start of the season. Yeah, you did. You did it with Madueke when he got a couple goals. It's going to be mint this year. And we all told you. You did it with Osimhen and Palmer. When you sat on this panel show at the start of last season and went, oh, they're the best duo in the Premier League. And we all said, mate, they're just having a bit of a purple patch. Yeah, they'll return to norms. And now you do the same thing with Sanchez. This is your game, bro.
Have I said
no?
Keep
You
him?
do this all the time, man.
Have I said keep Sanchez or have I not said
this all
keep
the
an upgrade?
time, bro?
You don't listen. You see, you don't listen. I've cooked Sanchez many times.
You, bro. You
But the thing about me, hold on, LB, the difference
You
between
say
me and
so
you.
much. Everyone
the difference
listens.
between-
You say
hold
so
on,
much.
LB, the difference between me and you. The difference between me and you, even if I don't like someone, if they're playing well, I will still give them credit, bro. Right?
Yeah, but you
Sanchez,
do too much.
Sanchez, hold on, bro. Sanchez is one of the main reasons, in fact, why we even ended up getting top 4, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because towards the end of the season and even in 2025 onwards, this guy was saving us in bare games, bro.
No, but
I'm gonna admit it. At the start of the season, when he was dropping stinker after stinker, he put you in that situation in the first place.
No,
now
bro,
you try to
the
gas him
season,
up and say he
it was
got
mixed.
us top 4. No, he didn't get you top 4, man.
Bro, do you know how many vital saves he made in that running?
Ah,
Bro?
man.
He made some
You know
vital
what,
saves in that
I'm not
running,
having
bro.
it, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, George, LB inside. You will remember. Yeah, what you do, Don. Even if a player's we know they're bad and we know the form's not going to last, you'll still gas it up. You did it with Garnacho when you're like, oh, but Garnacho's playing well. You remember that spell for United? He was playing somewhat decent. We were like,
but he's still not just a player.
And you were like, no, but he's still good. We're like, but Don, this is temporary. Like, if you know something's temporary, you shouldn't be gassing it. If you feel like
I'm not gassing him saying that he's been playing well, bro. I don't understand. I'm not saying Sanchez is now the best goalkeeper in the world. Like, what? Are we not allowed to give credit to our players for playing well now? What we doing?
You can't to be fair.
There's
I don't get this. I don't get this logic though, because it's like, oh, we're just waiting for it to have his next run.
You're doing too much.
So let Sanchez hold on. Let Sanchez fix up and play well, but we're not going to give him credit until his next blunder. That's an agenda.
No, but you didn't just give him credit. You went as far to say that, oh, we got top 4 because of him. He could have just said, oh, he had some decent form towards the end of the season. That's it. He's not a good goalkeeper. He just had some decent form.
No, he is a good goalkeeper who has bozo moments, bro. He has a lot of moments.
He's not good. He's just a decent goalkeeper. Good is like a different level. You're gassing him too much. He's just decent. That's it. He's not a good.
That's it. He's decent. He's decent. That's it.
That's right. If you want to call him decent, calm. But I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna
shy away. I'm not gonna shy away from giving credit to a player, right? Who's had very good form, regardless
especially
of
in top form as well, which is fair.
Yeah, he didn't get them top 4, did he?
He had no, but he did make some.
So Caicedo, did Caicedo get you top 4 now?
He helped them along the way, yeah.
Right, so basically, yeah, because it's a team game. All players on the pitch helped you get top 4, no?
And Sanchez is one of those players, yes.
Yeah, but then you don't need to say he got us top 4.
I'm saying he's one, bro. I'm telling you how good he's been playing recently.
But why?
Because no,
I don't understand that. Why do you need to tell us all that Sanchez did have a couple of good months? Like, why do we need to know this information?
Because you don't watch my team week in, week out like me, brother. That's why.
Would you keep him as backup? Would you keep him as backup?
I'll keep him as backup. I'll keep him as backup. Yeah, I'll keep him as backup. I can't lie.
Yeah, backups is decent.
Wow.
But so, what else for the market then? What are you man cooking? Because you man are definitely gonna cook something else. What are you looking
listen,
at?
I don't
Chelsea
know.
have a hijack in them. Chelsea got a hijack in them, and
I
we're
think
gonna
they're
get
gonna hijack that deal.
Oh, listen, we've got something. Obviously, Kudus and that. Apparently, he only wants Spurs and that. But you've got West Ham right now. Apparently, they're waiting for a bid from Chelsea.
Apparently,
they'd rather sell to Chelsea. So all I'm gonna say, bro, if we put the peas on the table as well, Jules.
when we spoke last week, you said, why would he choose Tottenham? He's prioritized Tottenham. Now you tell me again. You asked me, no. You asked me a question. Why would he choose Tottenham last week? I told you the reasons why, and the people in the chat, and you were going, "Oh, they're acting like you guys. You know Kudus. You're acting like you know Kudus personally." Well, clearly I know something because he prioritized Tottenham over Bayern, over Chelsea, over most clubs.
And we put him
why
up
would he go to Chelsea right now? You tell me because he's prioritized Tottenham.
George, this is where I'm going to burst your bubble.
Trophies, bro.
Do you know what, Don? This is where I'm going to burst your bubble, and Spurs fan will hate me. I actually think when it's all said and done, Kudus ends up at Chelsea. I just think he's prioritizing Spurs because Chelsea aren't serious this year. I think if Chelsea put table a bid, I think it's
you keep saying this, and this is what fans love to do is if they table a bid. But when last week when we was told that Chelsea want him, Chelsea would have spoke to Kudus already. We're not acting like clubs putting bids for players without speaking to the players. They don't bid for a player that doesn't want to come to them. Let's have it right. So Kudus would have spoke. You would have spoke. You would have spoke to Kudus. You would have spoke to Kudus and would have realized that Kudus doesn't want to go to Chelsea. That's why you've not put a bid in as of yet. If you put in a bid, then that means that you've spoke to him and he wants to come. But no bid has come in from you guys. A bid is only coming from Tottenham because he wants to come to Tottenham. So we're pushing for it. And I've also seen that the ex-West Ham employee said another bid's coming in today or tomorrow from Tottenham. The Spurs are moving serious about this. It's going to get done over the next couple of days. In fact, I told you guys last week that Spurs are going to get this deal done. It will be done before the 10th of July. So watch this happen and watch the space.
Well, Jules, let me say something though. Personally for me, hold on, Jules.
Before give you a bit of context here. When Kudus was meant to come to the Premier League, was he meant to go to Brighton first, or he agreed personally
for Chelsea?
It was meant to be coming Chelsea, bro, but we lowballed Ajax because we was focusing on Caicedo. So he accepted the
George, what you said though is incorrect. You said clubs won't bid for players that don't want to come to us. We're the prime example. We bidded for Caicedo, he didn't come to us. I swear you were supposed to get William years ago, he didn't come to you lot. So clubs bid for players.
No, that's very different. No, they're different situations. We both bidded for those players. Bids were accepted for both of those players. The player wanted, he would have went to Liverpool if Chelsea didn't agree a fee, but he always wanted Chelsea. Chelsea were always in for that deal. Again, with Willian, he was doing a medical at Spurs, and then the deal got hijacked. So he wanted to come Tottenham until Chelsea came in for the deal. Again, with Kudus, he's prioritizing Tottenham in time. Chelsea have already spoken with Kudus and so on. This has been heavily.
But let me add something that you're missing right now. Personally, for me, I think that we're looking to sell Madueke first before we buy Kudus. And I've said this from the beginning. I've said for me, how I would do it, is still buy Kudus, right? And then still sell Madueke, because Madueke is not going to be short of suitors. He's going to get sold regardless. Don't wait to sell this guy first before buying Kudus, right? I think that's what Chelsea are trying to do. I think they're trying to do that. If I was Tottenham right now, hold on, Jules. If I was Tottenham right now, I would aim to get Kudus done as soon as possible. Because I think for me personally, as soon as we sell Madueke, I think that'll be the next target, bro.
Do you know what I think's funny is the bid that I see I've put in the private chat that apparently Spurs bid for Kudus included add-ons that only kicks in if they win the Champions League or the Premier League.
Wow,
that is Daniel Levy.
You know who's out powered by? Talk Sports, Alex Crook. He's a crook. He's in his game. He's just chatting rubbish. He just saying it like, Spurs are putting champion. And even if we did, we're acting like all clubs don't put in unrealistic add-ons. That's part of the add-on point. Is
Do you remember Arsenal Suarez? 40 million plus.
That is, do you know what?
Calm
Yeah, I
down.
see that earlier, yeah, Roms, and that was what it reminded me of. It literally reminded me of the 41 million and a pound, man. I was like,
Yeah.
this is stupid, like
Crazy.
This would be
No,
a good
I think-
signing, though,
yeah.
you know. This would be a really good signing if they can get this across the line, you know.
Kudus.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
it is
I
for me. Like, you know, one of the reasons I always cook in Spurs, right, and like their transfers is because I always feel like they sign like players that are not at a good level, or like they try to get like the Solankis or like the players that have not delivered. Whereas Kudus, man, I think any team on this panel could sign him. Maybe some of the teams he wouldn't go straight into the team, but all of our teams could sign him, and we'd all be like, yeah, solid signing. And I feel like Spurs need more of these. They need to start competing with the bigger clubs to sign these players rather than go and getting the Solankis and this. You know what I'm saying?
He had a bad season,
signing,
though.
I know he
had a
did,
bad
but then
season.
West Ham didn't play. You know, they didn't have a great season.
West Ham had a
themselves.
terrible year as a whole, and even if like apart from Bowen,
No, I like
the
him.
whole
I
team,
think he's a good
is
player.
One of those ones, and
He's not known for his stats though, but he's known for being a good player. Like he's
a good
he's one of them that doesn't need stats to be seen as having a good game. You feel me? Like
You play him.
Can
and
I
he's
ask
a
you though,
lead-
George? What's your starting 11 with Kudus? How do you line up?
well, I expect the starting 11 to improve quite a bit, so it'd probably change quite a bit. But at the moment, I mean, with the players we currently got, you'd go with the same back five as usual. You know, Porro, Dogi, Romero, Van de Ven, Vicario. In the midfield, that's where probably the bigger questions lie, because I don't really know how Frank's going to set up. It might be Benton Cole, but we need a number 6 in it. So I'd say it would be A6 next to Bergval, and then either Madison or Kulusevski in the 10. And I think Kudus starts off on the right. I think that's his favoured position. And in his first season at West Ham, he played his best minutes on the right-hand side. Obviously, last year he come on the left-hand side, he come into the middle, and he played a bit more on those positions. That's where you see the numbers drop. But I think on the right-hand side, taking that place instead of Brennan Johnson, I can't lie, that's why I see him having the majority.
So one of Madison or Kulu ain't going to play.
Yeah, definitely. And to be fair, Kulusevski is not going to be around for a few months with his injury, so he's going to be delayed until he works his way back into the team. But I'll be real, I think with this Madison stuff, Spurs are going to be ready to move on from Madison real soon. Madison's got like a last lease of life under Thomas Frank, but if he doesn't have a good season, he'll move on. So putting Kudus in his position, I'm more than happy to do so, or Kulu, or whichever way.
You've been on to Madison as well for the longest.
Yeah, you're not a fan, are you? You're not a fan.
I'm really not, but at the same time, I'm willing to accept that not a lot of players played well or developed under Ange. So give James Maddison another chance under Frank, but this is his final chance. Like, you have to have a mad year next year, otherwise I'm just like, bro, you're not good enough for me.
Could you play Kudus? Could you play Kudus, Madison, and Kulusevski? So like Madison and Kulusevski, and then Kudus right, or maybe even Kudus one of them wide. I don't know.
If it was going to work, the only person that can go on the left on that combination, I'd say, is Madison for me. Madison can go on the left. You put Kulu in the middle, and then Kudus on the right. But I don't like Kudus off the left, and I don't like Kulu off the left. So I think I can't see all three of them playing together, to be honest. But yeah, I suppose we'll see what Frank puts together, innit?
Yeah, I think Frank's one of the best managers at improving players, bro. Like, you're looking at Mbumo, you're looking at Wisa, Tony, you know, you're looking at even the Danish brother that had a tough start, improved him as well, got 10 assists last year. You know, like a lot of their players improved. Even like centre-backs like Collins come in, you know, and they've done well, but they're Norgard. Like, they're a decent outfit, that Brentford team, and he's elevated them year after year. So I think for me, if you're looking at career choice, it's better to go to Tottenham than at Chelsea right now, because you don't know, still with Chelsea, if you're going to be a weeky starter. Whereas with Tottenham, you go into that team, you're playing Champions League football, and you're one of the main man there, bro. Let's be honest. You're one of the main guys there. Listen, respect, but he ain't really good enough yet, but he'll be like almost like the main man. Son's not the main man anymore. Solanke still hasn't shown enough that he can, be the guy. But now with Solanke and Kudus, a little bit of a link up there as well. So I think for me, for player development, you go to Tottenham. But, you never... Like, for me, I'm always saying that with Chelsea, just don't rule them out just yet. I hear you, priority, whatever, but for some reason, this Chelsea team don't really care about anyone and anyone.
I hear what you're saying, but I feel like...
Bro, they man are deadly, bro, in this market, bro.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I think with Chelsea at the moment, because they've got so many moving parts, I feel like Kudus is probably looking at that one. It's like there's so much going on over there, especially in those wing positions. There's so much going on, you know.
Yeah.
Players they currently employ, players like Esteval and Quenda still to come in. Plus, they're still looking at more signings because they're just Chelsea. I think that's a lot of moving parts. They're going to start to lose that attractiveness to some players. But I think for this one with Kudus in particular, I think we're seeing with Mbomo, we're seeing with Gyokores, we're seeing quite a lot of players when they prioritize a club at the moment in this window, they're going forward with that club because they're monitoring the market a lot better. I think with this one, he's probably prioritized Tottenham because he's monitored the market and realized this is probably the best move for him. So I just think that's probably going to make that deal.
To add on top of that, George, I've just checked his age. He's about to turn 25. He was probably about to get the biggest contract of his career. He wants guaranteed game time. Look, Saeed hit the nail on the head. At Chelsea, he's not guaranteed playing time. And I know he's got AFCON. There's going to be World Cup. Actually, I don't even know.
There's no AFCON. Ghana didn't even qualify.
Sorry for the Ghanaians.
Even better for me. No, I'm not sorry. I'm even better. I'm just going to say.
He's not. George, I'm telling you, losing players in January, take it from me. It's not the one, bro. But I feel like, I agree with you, George. The better move is Spurs, guaranteed game time, whatnot, probably a better contract. But I just think Chelsea, they're slimy. We know this, bro. That they could just table that last minute bid, and then maybe he's in two minds. So, but I think you lot are definitely the better move. 100%, you're the better move.
100%.
Yeah. When you actually look at we talk about wages and so on because Don's obviously Don's actually so careful about what his club spends on wages and so on. I don't know if you're going to offer him looking at what we saw there. You don't have loads of players above 150k a week. Are you going to offer him the money or is it too much, Don? I don't know. You tell me because you watch the
listen, Kudus. I don't see Kudus trying to over ask for too much. Like
he's agreed 160k a week with Tottenham. So that'll give you
you'll see in it. The two options that he's got is a guaranteed starting place. You go Tottenham. If you want fucking ambition and you want trophies and you want to compete, you come Chelsea, bro. It's as simple as that. All right, he ain't guaranteed here. But
who's won the bigger trophy more recently?
You'll get
oh shit!
You've seen 2 trophies in your lifetime. You've seen 2 trophies in your lifetime. I haven't got enough fingers of how many trophies I've seen in my lifetime, big man. Yeah. So know your fucking place, bro. Because last time I beat you. You know what I'm saying? I got my get back on you. Yeah.
I still didn't get an answer, Don. Thank you. That's all right.
No. Hold on. Bring that super chat back up. Yeah. Don't bring that super chat back up right now.
Which super chat?
The one about Esteval right there, bro. The other one.
Oh, this one there.
No, the other one. There was another one. He said, "Speak on Esteval." The guy said, "Speak on Esteval."
Oh no, it was just a normal chat. 1 second,
bro.
Why do you want Kudus if you got Esteval and Pedro Neto though, Don? Like, where's he gonna play?
I think for me, we'll use him more centrally, man. I think he'll be more of a backup for like a Palmer, an option down the middle. Potentially, you can use him on the right as well. But yeah, I would rather use.
It's not the exact same positions that Esteval is going to be playing though, so you're blocking his pathway.
Esteval, I think, is going to be used.
I was going to play in the 10 as a backup. You said he'd be as a backup on a 10, but also
I didn't say that. I said he's going to be a right winger, man. That's what I said.
Last
he's number 10 from.
He can be used as the 10, but he's not the main.
Broski, his team have come out and said
last year you said you want him to be a 10. Last week you said he's going to be a right winger, but he can operate in the 10. So he's operating in the 2 same positions as Kudus. So you want to sign a player that's going to push him down the pecking order.
I think right wing will be Neto and Esteval. So that leaves a space for Kudus down the middle. Bro.
Do you think so? You think Kudus is going to come in and just accept being behind Cole Palmer, not being the first option or second option for right wing? I'm very confused.
That's what happens when you come to a club.
So you think you can sell that to a player like Kudus and he's going to come? You're not doing a great job right now.
You know what?
Kudus, listen, hold on. Kudus, hold on. Rob, just say something. Kudus, yeah, listen. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. This is what I'm saying, Kudus.
You're constantly holding on to Don man. You've never landed.
If you want to lift armpits, yeah. And actually have something on your career, on your CV, you know, the big 4. You talk about the big 4, you talk about Deloitte, you talk about KPMG, you talk about PwC. That's fucking Chelsea, blood. Yeah. We are part of the fucking big 4.
You're just saying stuff, but you're not saying anything.
If you go over there, all that's going to happen. Hold on, Jules. All that's going to happen, you're going to go to a fucking Basuma and you will start doing balloons as well, blood. Yeah. You will start doing balloons, and you will just start.
I want to hear you land your point. Say something of relevance. What do you actually mean? You're saying Roms, hold on. You said everyone hold on this show, but you're not lying anything. You're just flying, bro.
I actually thought he was going to cook then, when he said Deloitte, it's like, yo.
I've got a question.
No, I'm the proper Chelsea. Where's your make Chelsea great again, Tattoo? Shout out to CB, man. That's proper Chelsea. Be proper Chelsea. You're not proper Chelsea. That's proper Chelsea.
Yo, quickly though, obviously, you know it will change certain games. Obviously, you could have a big Champions League game midweek and whatnot. But predominantly, what is your front six, your midfield, and your front three for next season? Of course, it will change depending on the game. But what would you go with? Because I feel like every top team you can kind of name their 11 pretty much.
We'll do it now. We'll do it now.
Yeah, what would you say your starting 11 is predominantly next season?
I want to know this as well.
I actually want to know still. You know what, Don? Maresca's moving like Arteta. You got so many players that can play in different positions, bro. Like,
what formation you play, by the way? What formation you gonna play?
Bro, it will be like a 4-2-2. There's so many we can play, bro. 3-5 build up.
Everything's so confusing to him.
4-2-2. You get me? Yeah, if you're gonna play, I mean, listen. We haven't really been doing that shape, but do a 3-2-5. Do a 3-2-5, man.
3-2-5, yeah.
You think you're putting three at the back?
Three at the back?
Nah, on the ball. We build up in the free, bro.
This guy's doing on the ball, off the ball formation. Just do your flat formation. Stop making it so confusing, Don, bro. Put in a 4-2-3-1.
Doesn't even know.
Reece James at right.
Got no idea what his 11 is.
Reece James at right back. Yeah,
he's delaying so you can think, man.
Levi, bro, I know my team. Yeah,
I'll change it around when he needs to.
Yeah, Cole at left centre back. Right centre back, I'll probably say, obviously, Fofana's never fit, bro. So let's just put Toss in there for now. I think we'll sign a new centre back anyway.
You need a centre back, bro, man. I can't lie.
Yeah. I think we'll sign one. Bro. Cole, who's been playing very well, by the way.
Yeah, he has. You man, Cucurella.
Cucurella again. Yeah, and then in that midfield, I think against the bigger teams, you'll see a midfield three of Lavia, Caicedo. Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo, I would say, against the bigger teams, like more physicality. Yeah. Something like that. And then you play Palmer on paper on the right, or even on the left on paper. But again, like I said, on the ball, he goes into the pocket on the ball, and then we have someone overlapping.
Yeah.
So your nines where it's
and then Delap up top.
You think he'll play over Pedro?
I think Pedro.
And then on the left, I'll probably say
João Pedro is going to start. João Pedro is going to start off the left.
I'll probably say either Gittins or Pedro. One of them.
I think Pedro has to start. Gittins.
He has to start Pedro, man. He's a baller.
And then I can't lie, your bench is decent. You've actually got depth. We've always had midfield depth, but attacking, you've kind of got attacking depth now.
100%, bro. So
there you go, people.
Yeah, but again, there's different ways of doing it. That's a 4-3-3. We can play a 4-2-3-1 sometimes. Obviously, Neto for me is in the lineup right now. But that's the lineup that I think would play against the bigger teams, man. Because when you've got that midfield three, there's more physicality there. And like I said, Palmer, it gives him a little bit more space when you start him in wider positions, and then he can go into that little pocket. You know what I'm saying? When you start Palmer in the midfield, bigger teams, doesn't always help.
All right, but Dom, but looking at this team, to me, it presents one of the biggest issues that I know you should hate, as we've spoken many times. You got no touchline wingers on the pitch, no wingers.
Bro, that's why I put Gittins there. That's why I put Gittins there, bro. That's why I put Gittins there. That's why I'm putting Gittins there. I'm not starting Pedro.
No, but obviously, I'm just saying realistically, it will be like a João Pedro starting, innit? Like we know that, bro.
The aim is still top four, though.
We don't know that, bro. He could be used more down the middle.
Whoa, wait, tight. They need to be challenging. That's their
they're challenging, man. They're top four. They're challenging.
I don't think they're still ready yet for challenging.
Wait, tight. Are you saying you think they'll get top four, or they should be competing for just top four? Or
I think challenging. The word challenging always will be there, But I don't think they'll win the league though next year.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think they'll win the
should
league.
be
They should
challenging,
be
though.
challenging. They should
Challenge
be
for the
challenging.
league.
Nah, but you know what? Yeah, I think with the money they've spent, they should be challenging. But if you actually look at the signings that you three have made in Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, and I'm talking about Arsenal with this Gyokores deal potentially being done. The signings elevate you guys so much higher than Chelsea. The gap's too big to mount a challenge. That I do agree, though. They have to be the next best team. Chelsea aren't solidified fourth. If you guys aren't solidified fourth ahead of the rest, then there's a problem because you guys should be better than the rest of the teams. Like,
okay, let me ask you then.
Newcastle.
If you don't think that, what's letting us down then? What do you think is letting that team down there to not compete?
I think that front line. I think front line's a bit weak.
The back two, I don't know.
Front line.
Yeah.
What about the front line then? What, you think that front line doesn't have goals?
It has goals, but it don't have the star quality goal. Like when you talk about big games, that's why I think you're gonna lack to find goals like you did last year. Like you scored goals last year, but you didn't score better goals like many people think. You had the same amount of goals as us, and we weren't a high flying team. Like you guys with that team there, I can see a lot of players picking up small amount of goals, but we ain't got no high goal scorers. So that's where I look at the issue. But also, like Saeed said, the back line, those two centre backs, I'll be laughing running at Tosin and Colwell. They're two centre backs that aren't up for the battle. Two centre backs that will get bullied. And then when I look at the midfield,
you've been getting bullied. I don't think you watch our games. I'll be real. I don't think you watch our games.
Definitely get bullied.
Cole's been getting bullied, bro.
Cole's been bullied, bro. What?
No, he hasn't, bro. Cole's been
Cole
getting
gets bullied on a regular, bro.
He doesn't.
I don't think Cole gets bullied. I don't think he gets bullied.
I've seen Cole be manhandled, man.
At the start of the season, when he's going into wide areas, start of the season he did, but he's actually improved.
He improved.
Bro, one thing I've been bigging up Cole for is how aggressive he's been, bro. Like Maresca's actually added that to his game. He's been very, very aggressive.
I don't rate Cole.
Very aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
You guys think he got better? I don't rate Cole one bit.
To me, it sounds like you're saying we're going to score even less than last season. When we've got
I just said last season you didn't score that many goals.
Jackson. We've got a better striker than Jackson. Our biggest problem, like I said last year, was the amount of missed chances that we had. So you must be saying that we're going to keep missing chances then. That's what I'm hearing from you. So I'll hold you to that then.
No, you're just making things up. I just quite.
You
have this big problem where you actually have a mad like you don't listen to what people say. You just
said our front line. You said our front line.
Say things. I just said but then I explained it. So you either listen to the explanation or you don't listen at all. Because you're just saying things now. We're not going to. You basically said no. Hold on. No. You're holding on now. Yeah, you just sat there and asked me to explain it. I explained what it would be. I just said that you didn't score that many goals last season. 64 goals is not a high amount of goals. Tottenham was 17th.
It was like top 5.
Tottenham was 17th and we equaled that. So you're telling me that your attack's no better than us? Is that what you're saying? Then last season was no better.
If we were the 5th highest goal scorers in the league. You're telling me that's shit. And we had fucking Jackson on a hiatus most of the season.
Don, can I ask a question? What are you arguing though, Don? I don't know. We've all said we think we should be challenging, but you get top 4. What are you disagreeing about that?
I'm disagreeing with what Jules is saying about our front line. I think our front line has improved. I think our front line's got goals in there. I think we're going to score more goals. I think we're going to score more goals than last season. I can't be looking at the chances that we were getting last year. I think Delap's going to be missing like Jackson. No way, bro. Yeah. When Delap and Cole Palmer were playing together in the season where Delap scored, I think, over 30 goals, Cole Palmer assisted Delap 8 times just in that season alone, bro. So he knows how to play with this guy. Enzo Delap hold on. Enzo Delap already building a connection. Delap scored 12 goals at Ipswich, and you're telling me that he can't get over 15 here?
You know, it's not. I think George has a point. I think you do improve. Your front line, you score more than last season. I think your front line's improved, but I think when it matters in the big games, I can see maybe that gilt-edged chance coming to João Pedro to Delap and the pressure getting to them. That's what
João Pedro's got the big guys go wrong. Let me debunk that right now because João Pedro has turned up against a lot of big teams, bro, multiple times. That's one thing that he's good at, bro. He's turned up against Arsenal a couple times, against United a couple times.
Even against United.
Yeah. Even when they were playing in Europe for the first time, he got their first goal.
I rate João Pedro, but João Pedro disappears for a lot of the season as well. He's a purple patch player. He's literally a purple patch player. He has great moments at times, but then he disappears for like 5-6 weeks. Then he comes out. João Pedro's really talented. I'm not taking that away from him because I think he's really good. But if he's used in the 9, got great ability. I think you guys can get goals out of him. But I don't think you're going to use him in the line. Just like you said, the lap, you're probably going to play in the 9 because that's how Chelsea want to play. If you use João Pedro on the left wing, he's not going to be the player that you think.
We literally brought Pedro on up front the other day, bro. We took off the lap and Pedro came on up top.
Okay, but we're talking about start.
The indication, I don't think I think Pedro will be played more centrally. We might see him on the left here and there, but I think he'll be played more centrally. But ultimately, I'm looking at
a lot of players are going to interchange. In most teams, but I don't think any of them are going to stay in their positions. A lot of them are just going to be doing this, which could be a headache for defenders, you know.
I also think Cole Palmer, listen, as much as Delap here is a good player, you bought him for 30 million, low cost, high reward kind of player. Like, Delap's not a mainstay in this attack, by the way. It will interchange. João Pedro will come in, Jackson, if he stays, will come in. Like, bro, no one's there as like a bona fide starter. Like, apart from Cole Palmer, Caicedo, Enzo maybe, Levi Colwell, and Rich James. Nobody else is a bona fide starter, bro. So it's going to be competition, and competition ends.
What I like, Saeed, is the main thing for me. We need to keep adding numbers to this team, bro. Like, I was speaking to Potts yesterday about this because Potts was like, "Oh, you haven't got that guy that's going to guarantee you over 30 goals and that." Broski, if Delap's bagging me over 15 and Cole Palmer's bagging me over 15 and Pedro,
this is what I'm saying last week.
All these guys are bagging me all these goals. That's all that matters to me.
That's what you need, man. You need goals for that committee, man.
But what I would say, don't you think there's a slight problem with no one being a bona fide starter? Because if you look at title-winning teams, you can pretty much name their 11 that was starting week in, week out. I think you need to keep that rhythm. That's why I'm saying, cool, you've got a lot of players that... listen, you know me, Don. I rate a lot of your forwards, right? But I just feel like you're going to need that rhythm. You're going to need to know, right, he's starting. Cole Palmer, I think, out of your front line will start. He knows he's starting pretty much every game. But I think Saeed's right. There's no one else in your front line that's really a bona fide start. And I think, for me, that's a worry. If you want to go for the league, you kind of need to know your best 11.
I think we do have guaranteed starters right now. I think Neto, you can't drop Neto at the 11 right now.
You dropped him, bro. What the fuck do you mean? No. You hold on now. You hold on. No.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Neto wasn't there.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
You can't. No. You can't finish. Whatever you say is rubbish, Don. You prove yourself this time and time again because yet again, the Condon is a pure liar. He's a pure liar because he just sat here and just said Neto cannot be dropped. But he created a team that didn't include Neto. It doesn't make sense. The
reason why I did that, the reason why I did that is because I don't really like Neto on the left. But that's something that I've seen Maresca do. The other day he started Palmer on the right and he started Neto on the left. So don't be surprised if you see Neto starting on the left ahead of Gittins.
Proves that Chelsea haven't got an 11. That's what it proves. That's what.
Let's get the super chats in. Maybe Mikel Arteta believed he was innocent, says AMT. Edison is not that great either, to be fair. Hope Spurs get Kudus. We already have Esteval, says MB Highs. João Pedro reminds me of when we signed Jesus. Good baller, but goal output ain't it. But your front line has definitely improved. You know what I will say, though? I do believe João Pedro's got a little bit more versatility than Jesus. I feel like he's got a bit more about him in terms of link-up play. I don't know what it is. But I think there's similarities, but I think there's big differences as well.
More ego. He's willing to take the risk a bit more with the ball. He's
willing to shoot, over longer strides, I feel like can carry the ball from midfield to attack. Whereas with Jesus, don't get me wrong, he still can carry the ball, but I think João Pedro a little bit different. I don't know. You only have to watch their 2 games and you'll see it, if you know what I mean. But in terms of Joga Benito, maybe Jesus is better in that aspect. You know what I mean? So, let's move on to United. You know what I mean? Because
you signed Calvert-Lewin yet? Has he got across the line?
Brother, I can't lie to you, bro. This is alarming right now because today we rejected Osimhen because of his wages, and it is a bigger problem right now. We got Onana smiling as he arrives into training. I can see the pictures already. You know what I mean? And right now, bro, Mbeumo, the latest update from Fabrizio was still active talks, still working on the Mbeumo deal, bro.
That's embarrassing, bro.
It's embarrassing, but I'll be real with you. It is embarrassing.
How long's it been now, Saeed? Like a month?
6 weeks.
Brother, I've been to South Africa.
That's not coming from Dan, is it? An Arsenal fan. Come on. Come on.
Now, listen, we can still say that we can still say United are embarrassing as well, though, right? Because, like, let's be real, this is embarrassing. Like, at least we've actually got a couple of signings across the line. Man United are still waiting for bloody Mbeumo, and we heard about that months ago, man. Like, you got Cunha, that's a good signing, and Mbeumo would be a good signing.
They signed someone the other day.
When I see you linked with Calvert-Lewin after thinking you're getting Gyokores, I'm like, wow, this is mad, you know. This
nasty, bro. But it came from the Sun, though, innit? Which, again, the Sun are not reliable. But you know what it is, though? Any rumor right now, when you haven't got signings here, all look reliable. They all sound like they're, because you're desperate. And when you're desperate, these sort of things become attainable. Like, I'm already hearing already, we should go and get that player in place for Newcastle. Just left Newcastle now.
Callum Wilson.
You know what I mean? When I say go get Callum
Man
Wilson,
is starving, man.
it's
you would take a cheeky little Oli on that.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, I was against Ollie Watkins. Personally, I'll tell you why, yeah. I watch Ollie Watkins a lot, yeah. When there's no space for him to run in, yeah, and do his thing, yeah, I think he gets done most of the times, you know. But when I look at the quality of goals he's got and the amount of goals he's got, I'm willing to take Ollie Watkins right now. It's got to that point now where at least he's prem proven, at least it's big. But right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really rate Ollie Watkins like you, man, do. I really don't, man. Like, I know you.
I don't, Saeed. I'm with
you. You know, it sounds like right now. You know, when you go out, bro, you're trying to find that. You're trying to find the leftovers outside the club and that, bro. That's Saeed right now, blood.
I'm done. I don't let the lights turn on, bro. I don't let the lights turn on. You get me? I'm done.
Man, I just clean up crew, bro. That's all they got the facilities for. They can't come inside the club, bro. Like that's just what it is, isn't it? Right now, Man United aren't that guy that can go and get the big signing, go and get the Gyokores, the Osmans, the Ekitikes. You're down the road, you've got to wait in line to get when those guys they've already been rejected a few other clubs. You guys have, I can't lie, Ollie Watkins would be a great signing for you, man. And I can't see why you guys would even bat that away. Like when you look at, like, say, he's proven. No, he would.
I need to stop you right there. Some of the words that you use is
man. Listen to what I'm. No, Don. You're trying to hold me in. No, hold on. I didn't finish what I said. Don, you're not gonna cut. I didn't even say what I said.
Relax.
When I said great signing, I never said great signing for the Premier League.
Good signing, but not great.
For Manchester United, this would be a great signing. You need someone that will come in and will give you goals instantly, but work with what you've got coming in as well, Mbeumo and Cunha. If you watch Watkins, a lot of the times he's not actually staying in those open channels in the middle of there. He's always drifting off to the left, drifting off to the right, creating. Remember that season just 2 seasons ago when he got 20 assists? He's a creator, he's a facilitator and a goal scorer. You guys need someone that can work with Mbeumo and Cunha, potentially interchange with them. I said earlier that I think Xerxes could do that as a facilitating role, but he doesn't have the goal scoring side of it. I think Watkins has the facilitating and goal scoring side of what you would need to have a rotation between those three. So when I say it'll be a great signing, I think for you guys and what you need for the price, I think that'll be a great signing. Premier League.
But the thing is, though, it's the price, though. They're asking for a lot of money, though.
They'll get like what, 40 million?
Nah, bro, they're asking for 60, bro.
Oh, they're not getting that. They know they're not getting that.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, Jules, you need to
report 60 M's.
You need to just, Jules, you just need to take time, bro. Because last week you were calling Rodrigo a superstar. You said he's not world class.
You got a problem with my English, then go talk to my English teacher, bruv. Man's all debating my opinion because I said it's a great signing.
It's not a great signing,
do you think it's a bad signing?
I don't think it's a bad sign. I don't think it's a great sign.
Oh, so what are you debating then? You're debating my usage of my words.
I think it's just a decent sign.
You're trying to debate the usage of my words, of my English. Like,
it was great. You said great.
You didn't say
Ollie Watkins is a great signing.
But you don't think it's a bad signing.
Watkins is a great signing. That is not a great signing.
But you don't think it's a bad signing.
Gyokores is a great signing.
Ideally, you're closer to agreeing with me than not agreeing with me.
No, because Gyokores is a great signing, not fucking Ollie Watkins.
No, he's an amazing signing. I'd choose different words.
Right. I'm sorry, Ollie Watkins ain't great. But anyway, Saeed, I think if listen, for me personally, if I was a United fan,
you rate him. Do you rate him?
Bro, I think he's a decent player. He misses a lot of big chances in that, right?
Exactly.
And it's on his way down, innit? That's the thing about Watkins. He's not
a lot better than him.
He's not going to get any better than what
It's a lot better than him.
Hey, don't worry about Dilap, man. We're talking about Ollie
That's why.
We're talking about Ollie right now, yeah. But I think Mateta would be a better signing for you, man. So
that's what I wanted first, anyway.
Would be a better signing, man.
Yeah, I wanted Mateta first. I can't lie to you, but I can't lie. Right now, it's got to a point now where beggars can't be choosers. Right now, and Katike ain't really gonna come. We're not getting Sesko. We're not getting any. Just go and get me what the best you got.
Take Ivan Toney, Said. Take Ivan Toney.
I'm telling you, he ain't leaving the high life of the money right now. He's worked hard to get that.
There's rumors, weren't there? I see the other day rumors, but
yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. For me, I've realized what was the situation. Go get me Douglas Luiz. You get me a competent midfielder. You know what I mean? Done it in the Premier League.
I'm really surprised about. I think the Duran. I don't know why no one in the Premier League has got. I don't know.
High wages.
But obviously he's on loan. I think Fenerbahce surely aren't paying all his.
Yeah, they are. Again, they are. They paid everything. They paid. Yo, bro, Turkey got bread, you know, bro. Turkey got bread.
Undercover dealings, man. There's something going on between there because
you know what I mean, bro. I wanted my baller. I don't know if you guys have been watching this guy, Richard Rios, bad boy.
Yeah.
Bad boy. Yeah.
Even though I think think he did better than him, Chelsea midfield. He was the only one that was trying to do something in that midfield, bro. You know what I mean? And trying to work things right.
Again, I'm giving you a play. You don't want him, bro. I said Leslie Ogochukwu will be a good signing, bro. You don't want it.
How much though?
I think we'll probably sell him for maybe 25 million max.
Yeah, I think I see
20 million. I take it for 20 million. No more than that.
I think it'll be a good signing, bro, because he can give you the legs that Manu doesn't give you, and on the ball he gives you the quality that Ugarte doesn't give you, bro. I think Leslie's very good.
He would be alongside another midfielder, not the midfielder. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course. You need to still play him next to someone.
Another midfielder. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like I said,
trying to sell, the man that tries to sell something on the beach. For you, I do 25 million.
Yeah.
But you know what, Sai?
There's some good things about him. I can't lie.
There's a signing I want to speak about because I'm just gonna assume none of us on the panel know much about him. But you signed someone called Diego Leon the other day.
Yeah. Diego Leon.
You know much about him? Or
17 years old. Apparently, he's meant to be a very, very high-flying fullback. You get me? I don't know if you've seen what he said. He goes, "I'm not here to be backup. I'm here to start, bro." So he's looking like he's on smoke right now. I can't lie to you, bro. He's
saying Doggy has to look over his shoulder there.
Nah, I don't know. I would have bought another left back to be honest with you, but he's raw, man. He ain't ready to. I want to see like his attitude.
Is Luke Shaw staying?
Luke Shaw staying, bro. Rashford staying. No, real talk though, man. Can any of you lot buy Rashford, man? It's really annoying me right now, bro. Like,
I saw Barcelona interested in it, and I think Bayern's interest will peak real soon as well with them looking for a left winger.
Rashford's prioritizing Luis Diaz.
What will happen is they'll get Luis. They're not going to pay what's Barcelona want for him. I think what you'll find, Said, is a lot of teams will start looking at Rashford in 3 or 4 weeks when he's one of the only available options on the left wing that you can get for a player at his level as well. Because Rashford will go to these leagues and bag 10 to 15 goals easily. So I think for those leagues, you're going to see him really turn it up. He's going to be one of the first options real soon.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie to you. For me, like obviously they're prioritizing Luis Diaz, but obviously I don't know the situation right now. It's very, very raw to talk about anything right now with Liverpool because I think that's the last thing that on their minds right now. But like I don't know how it would work though.
Do you know what's saying? There's all of these outlets. Yeah, Emir Burhan. I don't know if I butchered that. Literally just said there's quite a few outlets that are now saying apparently he's verbally agreed a deal with Bayern. And especially after the Musiala injury, obviously I heard.
Oh yeah, yes.
That was crazy. But after that injury, I feel like they might accelerate their something for Luis Diaz. But Luis Diaz ain't popular in the fan base as we speak because they're saying obviously with the passing of Andre and Diogo, you shouldn't really be trying to move for a deal. Maybe give it a week or two. But yeah, it's a very sensitive subject at the moment. But I think. When it's all said and done, I do think Luis Diaz goes. I do think. I don't think he'll be here next season.
Do they really think that like Luis Diaz is on the phone, like talking to? So obviously his agents are probably knew that he wanted to leave. They probably agreed something with Barcelona for him, and he's probably not even been involved in any of the talks. Like people that think he's been insensitive, I think
people assume a lot. Like people assume, like, even the fact that he didn't come to the funeral, apparently, like he don't really care, bro. Like people deal with grief in different ways, bro.
It's even Salah. Like sometimes some sections of our fans can be tapped. They're like Salah's basically one of the last players to put a tribute out to Diogo Jota and Andre. And they're like, oh, it shows the type of person Salah is. He's not, and it's like, no, maybe he just grieved. He was grieving, and he probably wasn't ready to post anything about it. And they're getting onto him for his time for not posting it as quick as the others. I mean, it was silly. It was actually so silly, but. yeah, he's not quite popular right now, man.
Yeah. But like I said, right now, obviously, it's when people say to me, "Oh, what happened here?" I just think for me, it's like you got to really park of any kind of Liverpool transfer news right now at the minute when it's so fresh.
Me personally, Saeed, I'm not even thinking of transfers. I'll be so honest. I'm not even thinking of transfers.
Yeah. So you should be, bro. So yeah, man. Like I said, for me, with Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, there's a lot of man that need to move, bro. Hoyle apparently saying I want to stay unless the club sell me. Onana smiling as he coming through training. It's dark times, bro. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. People think it's a joke, but we got preseason. We got the players have returned back to training today. We got preseason a game next week or the week after in 2 weeks' time. I think she's next week actually. Next week against Leeds. Like this is a joke, bro. Like the outlets are still not gone yet, and we've only bought one sign after we finished 15th, bro.
It's actually mad hearing you lot coming back to pre-season because Chelsea have been non-stop, bro. So when you lot say we're back now, it's like raw. The season's actually,
bro. I feel for you lot and City. What your players are only going to get 2 weeks rest, 3 weeks rest.
That's crazy.
2 weeks off, and then we've got 2 games before Palace.
You know what's magic?
That's crazy.
I don't know.
You've been playing a whole year. If you deep it, you've been playing 50 out of the 52 weeks out of the year. Do you know how crazy that is? When you
it's not good. Man. I can't lie to you. Player welfare it's not good, bro. It's not good, man. I don't really want to be seeing that, bro. To be honest with you, because it's gonna make the Premier League look worse. You get me? Like,
and then next year World Cup. And then the next year World Cup, man.
Yeah, next year World Cup. Yeah. Super chat CEO. George, you're right about Cole. He is overrated, but you're wrong about our new front line. Our front three are going to thump you lot next season.
We'll see.
Don loves to argue just to argue. Ain't no way. There's PLS.
That's Jude's, bro.
yeah. That's George's burn account. But listen, people, man, we are gonna wrap it up here, man. What a show, man. You know what I mean? Big up to LB. I know he had internet issues, so shout out to LB always. But yeah, man, let's get these likes up to 1.5k likes. I know we've just hit 1,000 likes. We've still got 2.7k in the building, people. So we've hit 1,000 likes. Thank you for hitting it. But let's try and get to 1.5k if you can, people. Dan Potts, love as always, man, for jumping on and man, big up to you, bro.
Big up, bro. Appreciate it. And love for having me. Big up to all the guys, man. It's a great show, this one. Big up to the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. I'm going to be on 12th Man with Judges and Jordan in about 4 minutes. If you want to come over and show some love, we'll be talking about this Gyokores and Arsenal stuff. So big up, man.
Big up, man. Make sure you do that, people, man. That's solid panel there. Don, what you got coming up today, bro?
Yeah, man. Listen, me and Rance are going to be on at 5:30. Make sure you lot are tuning in, man, because this guy was talking about Tommy Egan. He was talking about Glock 9 and that. He even put on the shades and that. He was getting ready, bro. That's what he said. He told me Tommy Egan, bro. So today, Rance is gonna get absolutely cooked, bro. Let's see if he comes with those fucking shades today, blood. Yeah. And then blue diaries. And then blue diaries after that as well, people. So make sure you lot are there, man, because we've got a jam-packed show today. But big up George, big up Roms, obviously, big up Saeed, big up Potts, big up LB, man.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Roms, big up to you, man. Football Verbal, let them know.
Big up, man. Our episode's going to come out a bit later this week because over the weekend we're busy, whatnot. So I'm going to record it literally tonight and it should be out maybe Thursday, latest Friday. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, big up Ports, big up LB, Don, George, Saeed, everyone in the chat, man. You lot make this show as well. You lot are killing me. But yeah, smash the likes now and big up. You lot have a good week.
Yeah, facts, man, facts. And obviously we're going to redirect to a man like George in the building. Yeah, man, George, let them know, bro.
Yeah, man, come on, 2 p.m. You already know where it is. Normal transfer show. We're going to have the North Divide coming back soon. Hook's just on holiday at the moment. So once he's back, we're going to have some cooking, and I'm sure he's going to have plenty to say about this Arsenal deal.
Hey, what, George, is it your day off today? Like, you've been non-stop today, have you? You work today, have you, fella?
Bro, you don't get the Mondays is techie now. Like, it's techie.
I see you, bro.
People know working hard, trying to get the channel to grow. So make sure you come over with the redirect. And yeah, man, so smash the like on this video before you leave. No doubt, and support the man.
Yeah, people, big up to you, man. People, Straight Jacket podcast will be a bit later than usual. Might be 7:30, 8 o'clock. Just look out for the scheduling, man. So yeah, that'll be a bit later on. To be honest with you, there is no rush anyway because we ain't getting so no silence. So Yeah, I mean, bro, like if we're live earlier, that means we've got a sign in or we've got a here we go. But yeah, man, check out everyone's channels, people, and then we'll see you lot soon, man. Peace. Take care.